Researchers seek the truth. Hey, that's me. Hey Chris.
How's it going?
Good. It's interesting to read an article here.
You what?
I can read.
Really? Okay. Yep.
Just read paper more than... So anyway.
Yep.
I'm reading this article here. It's Col Bailey here. Very respected Thylacine hunter.
Yep.
And his claim is that they can smell people a mile off. And cameras are set up by people, you know, the thylacines are just smelling the cameras. They're not going anywhere near the cameras.
Funny that appeared in the newspaper, because you and I were having this conversation not that long ago.
And I think also this is the advantage of YouTube too. Somebody on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, wrote the comment
Yeah.
about smell.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, when I was looking at that footage the other day,
Yep.
I noticed a wombat basically got there and just looked almost at the camera and was sniffing.
Okay. When you say looked at the camera,
Well, his face was in that direction, where
Okay.
it was listening, looking or smelling, I'm not sure.
okay, I think the first thing that we've got to remember with looking at the camera is that a lot of those animals have better peripheral than binocular. So their depth perception is not flash, but their ability to see movement and objects moving and change in shadows, etc. is not too bad. So it'd be difficult to say if an animal had its nose pointed at something that it was actually looking at something.
To me it looked like it was sniffing.
Yep. So I'm thinking, I agree with you there. Like, the footage did indicate that this animal was smelling.
And there's also a photograph of the devil's face right into the
Mhm.
camera.
So, what do you perceive an animal like a wombat's sense of smell being like?
Well, as a herbivore, I wouldn't think it was that great, but as it walks around, its face is down by the ground, and they
Yeah.
communicate through their droppings and smell.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
their sense of smell would be better than ours, I would say.
So, but nothing compared to something like a devil.
Oh no,
quail,
nowhere in that
Right.
category at all.
If these trail cameras smell of people, then the animals are going to be scared off.
Yeah.
One suggestion that our favourite Queenslander WDRX71 came up with was eucalyptus rub on them.
Oh, okay.
And I apologise because I can't remember the avatar and I don't have my phone on me to check, but someone on our YouTube channel suggested using a smoky fire, and that's a pretty common strategy to use to cover one's scent. I've heard of indigenous people using that. Heard of hunters using that.
Is there a product you can buy?
There's a whole bunch of like scent off products. I have jumped online and I've been into one of our local shooting stores to have a look, and it's not that expensive. So we could even, if we wanted to, quantify this by, we've got 4 cameras, we could try nothing, eucalyptus rub, smoke.
My armpit.
Yeah. I'm not sure the warranty on those things, Phil, but
well, I'm just saying, if we actually try and make one actually smell human, and then have
the 3
just to have them all there as a test thing.
Yep.
It would be very interesting to sort of see what the animals would do, and still we'll put them up in a place where we think thylacine might be.
Yep.
For that possibility, but thylacine or not, it would be very interesting to see how the animals react to these cameras.
Absolutely, but
so what we'd have to do is actually clean the camera of scent and then rub
Yep.
the eucalyptus on.
Yep. So we might have to do a little bit of research on what we're going to clean the camera with.
Yeah.
Okay, before we fire off on that too much, the other thought that I was having is sense of hearing.
Yeah.
These are apparently no glow, and there's no evidence to suggest that this is in operation. I don't know what the actual visual spectrum of something like thylacine is, but we have to assume that they can't see so far down or up in the spectrum that they can see this light. But my thought was that maybe this lets off a little whine,
Okay.
or there's some degree of mechanical sound or some sort of
Or something triggers, doesn't it?
audible to a very, very sensitive animal from these devices. What do you think?
Which might be, if it's an unusual noise.
Yeah.
Still, having said that,
Yeah.
it would not mean that we wouldn't catch a thylacine. It would mean that a thylacine just quickly look
Yeah.
over and what the hell was that,
Yeah.
and keep moving.
They're very low wattage.
Mm.
They're not like the old school cameras with the bulb flash where it
Oh.
went. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking a real hardcore sound, but something has to trigger in here, and I'm wondering if that creates some degree of perception in an animal.
Something that they can hear that we can't.
Yeah.
When it comes to vision too, I suppose you're looking at a predator that roams around at night time.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite possible that it could see things that we can't see.
It's very possible.
Once again, you still don't catch a thylacine on film. I think
Yeah.
smell's the only thing that's going to stop a thylacine
Prevent it
from
from
coming
in. Yep.
close.
There's been a couple of things in my career where I thought, hang on, they're not meant to have been able to see that, but they have responded in such a way. But there's never been instances where I couldn't rule out noise, scent. Like it wasn't, these instances weren't happening in a vacuum. So, but I agree. I mean, the scent, because we're not there to startle those animals, realistically it's got to be the scent. Or I'd be surprised if they make a noise, but I can't see that it's out of the question.
Yeah. I suppose the other thing is to leave them out for a really long time as well.
Which would air them. Yep.
Well, I think we've got the good idea for an experiment here.
Yep. Let's go to the shooting shop.
Yeah.
We can buy some camo.
Yeah, I haven't got any camo on today.
Not right.
Better go get our cams on.